Yeah, indeed, definitely looking for that 6-point start, but Ethan Baba is going to be looking to get Missing Bow on the board here. You definitely don't want to go into week 2 open mode week with missing that.
And we see that we have started, and they are gonna race to the castle apparently. So we saw that the Piece of Heart was our first assist. Otherwise, if it's not bomb, it would be either bow, well, it can be sword, hammer, ice rod, or any of the canes. Those are otherwise the weapons we are looking for to get here. And it's gonna be a fire rod today. So hopefully one of the sets will have bombs because we cannot farm as much with the fire rod. And there we have it. Commentator's blessing right there.
Yeah, nailed that one. You get the bombs, you get one of the more powerful starting items with the fire rod. This could not have gone any better for the runners here.
Oh right, sorry, I meant blueberries. Obviously. Yeah, definitely fire rod, one of the best starting items to have here. The only real setback it has is mana cost. That makes it that you can't really farm too much. But yeah, since we got triple bombs, they will not have to worry about that. And we continue with our pieces of hearts.
Yeah, now the question is if they're going to get a full heart container before they're out of escape.
That is a really good question. Okay, the Ganon Houston Baba's screen was not as nice as SuperNinTaylor. Well, there we have the heart container, as you mentioned.
Alright, just all sorts of commentators' blessings here.
Well, at least your curse attempt didn't work.
Yeah, I guess we're just being too friendly to these runners so far.
But yeah, we have a really nice sink here going down into the prison. And there we have our small key, meaning that there is either we find a map or another item in the dock cross.
Alright, so since it's going to be another minute or so before we see another item, let's kind of talk about what's at stake in this race. So these two teams are in the Death Mountain division of the ALTTPR League with other teams such as, here it looks like we got the French Canadians here, Old Swagger Jackson, Team Great. So yeah, there's some stiff competition here, and it's going to be fun to see who kind of makes it to the playoffs in the coming weeks.
Yeah, generally looking at the players on the different teams here, it is a pretty stacked league, to say the least. Then again, Lake Hylia is also looking pretty stacked, so don't know actually which side of the bracket you would want to see. But yeah, as you said, this is gonna be the last match for week 1. The one who starts in an hour is gonna be a part of week 2, which is open mode instead of standard.
Yep, indeed. Each week is going to have a different theme. Week 3 is inverted. Week 4, I think it's all done as co-op. Week 5 is going to be cross keys week, and that's going to be pretty hype. And then week 6, just standard again. You know, a good mixtape should rise and fall.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a little bit sad that we don't get to see any retros like we did during the fall.
And I'm a little bit bummed that the only key sanity is mixed with entrance, but you know, you only get 6 weeks. It's understandable.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, that rat was kind of gatekeeping SuperNinTaylor there. So we found both the flippers and the 300 at the back of escape here. Pretty nice. So I'm only getting suspicious when we see a lot of rupees early because that feels like it is just such a big point, big hint that you need to go to Sora.
Andy, when you see those flippers early, that does kind of take away one of your options to open up the Houlihan room and collect like a easy 200 rupees. But getting the 300 drop there is also pretty helpful, and hopefully they can get another one, just like not have to worry about money the rest of the seed.
Yeah, another way to get that Houlihan is with the strength upgrade, but we saw that I saw a green pendant over in Eastland, I think it was. Otherwise, it were crystals in the life.
Yeah, hopefully we can get another map check to confirm. But yeah, I also saw a red crystal over.
So we see that SuperNinTaylor decides to skip out on Skull Woods and go directly to Kakariko. Well, he found the moon pearl at least, so that's good.
Yeah, that is an interesting call there. They may be looking to maybe route that in like with their first entry in Dark World, or maybe route that in with their Death Mountain entry. But yeah, I can kind of see how that would make.
Yeah, because if there were anything special in Skull Woods, this time it wasn't, but if it was, that could have been a huge, that could have been a little bit of a setback. But Kakariko well starts off with a piece of heart, some more blueberries, some more rupees. Oh, the unique item for bombs and a mushroom. So those 10 bombs you saw there, those ones would be the bombs that we will get from the uncle if he would give us bombs.
Yeah, and finding those bombs there is actually kind of helpful because now you don't have to spend $50 on additional bombs. So yeah, money saved, still win to get close to that Zora money. But
Yeah, absolutely. And we also saw that one of the 2 green rupees was from the merchant. So we got some more money behind the bar and in Chicken Coop as well. In the library we found more rupees, so quite a lot of rupees for what we've seen. And a bit more on the race game, and it looks like SuperNinTaylor is gonna go for that one.
yeah, absolutely makes sense. I would have respected the call of like saving Quinn just farm for money like elsewhere, but no, you take the money that's there. One in the hand is worth two in the.
Yeah, absolutely. We also had a question insert, and yes, the single arrow is considered a unique item. That is definitely one you don't want to find when you get a hint. So, is SuperNinTaylor gonna go South Shore or Eastern? He's gonna go down to South Shore. Meanwhile, Houston Baba decides not to go for the 50 rupees on race. As I said, there's a lot of rupees so far.
And we saw Nintaylor just kind of like expressing anguish over the, race game poll. But again, you just take that money. Yeah, that's always how it goes. You go out of your way to find some additional money, and then you just find one of those 300 drops in the next thing. And hey, there's red.
That is pretty nice found. That one can definitely speed up depending on what dungeon we might need to, what temple we might have to done. So I need to really get my facts right. I always say either dungeon or temple, but I never say palace, which they technically are. I do like these cane strats coming in from SuperNinTaylor.
Yeah, I appreciate good carrying strats myself. It's an item that like in the vanilla game you get super late, but it actually has like a ton of like really practical, really like fun, really practical uses, and you just don't see it a lot. And hey, hammer.
Ooh, nice. And also the glove. So we have Dark World access now. But the things always go for me that I don't like too early play Dark World access because then you might roll out one of the Sphere O locations. It can be quite punishing.
Absolutely, you don't want to make that dark world dive and then just immediately find the mirror, like in an easily accessible light world location.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you see what was on the island? I missed that.
I did not quite catch that, no.
Like we needed more money. So you're gonna see Hus and Baba also go for the ice rod here. He had to be very careful because the crabs do 1 heart of damage when you have the green mail, so you're gonna have to be very careful here.
Alright, really good patience from Baba here. Oh, okay. Okay, you should be fine here.
My heart stopped for a moment there. And we
Oh, that
already
was
seeing
really fortunate.
yeah, we already see a few guesses to what the bad thing can happen now. They see in the chat.
Chat's not even waiting to find out what the pendant dungeons are before guessing what's on pedestal.
Yeah, you should probably do that. Yeah, wait a bit until we have a bit more information before you start getting your guess. So, Waterfall Cave has more rupees and some more rupees. I imagine SuperNinTaylor feeling bad now that he went for that race game. But at least they have the money now, so they could buy an extra potion and still have enough for whatever other rupee 6 are out.
And indeed, they have more than enough money to last them for the rest of the seed.
We saw that the Sora Ledge had 5 rupees, so they're gonna have to go and get them. And some 20 rupees from the scan artist himself.
At least you can kind of see it as a donation in this instance, you know. The Zora people are poor and we're rich, you know, we're kind of making that donation.
Yeah, I guess. It looks like SuperNinTaylor is gonna do the Dark World access through by Link's house, while Houston Haba is gonna do it by Wheels of Outcast. So a big diversion coming up here. At least we get a hype cave check here from SuperNinTaylor. Those ones are always exciting. So High Cave today have our first bottle, which is Green Goo. A big 20, another big 20, the flute, and the shovel. How would you rate that cave?
I give it a 6 out of 10 for now. I think maybe 7 if the shovel item is hype enough, but 6 seemed like a fair.
So we saw on the map tick there that this is green pendant in Mire, red pendant and blue pendant is in Thief Town and Dollar Rock, while the last 5-6 crystal is down in Swamp. So let's hope we never see Ice Rod then. And we find a bow in the chest game.
Right, well that bow didn't stay missing for very long for Baba.
Definitely not. Considering that both Pod and Easton is crystal this time, that is a really good find. And we also find Book from Stump. In the meantime, we see Husan has decided to head into Thief Town, where he also found his first, which also had green goo in it. And we found another heart container from Digging Game. Oh, we're gonna get a shovel check here from SuperNinTaylor. That's exciting. And Houston Batman has decided to just get out of Thief Town a little bit quick. He don't want to stay there any longer. Considering it is a pendant, it is understandable.
Yeah, it makes absolute sense. You're swordless, you have 5 hearts, and I believe you're still in green mail, and you have plenty of the world to check. If maybe the seed will do you the courtesy of bottlenecking you into the back of pendant D's if you have to do it at all.
Yeah, absolutely. So we find a hook shot in the bombable hut in Wheels of Outcast. That's pretty nice one. Ooh, we're gonna get a fake powder from SuperNinTaylor. So how this one works is that because the mushroom and the powder is on the same slot, if you activate an item which uses magic and immediately switches out to the mushroom, the game thinks you're using powder, so it's letting you just go ahead with it. However, he was not rewarded for it.
Yeah, the play here is more, I think, just to like not make you have to worry about powder at all for the rest of the seed. And now you can just use that flute, turn the mushroom, maybe immediately after you activate this.
Yeah, absolutely. We have seen others who decides to do mushroom first, but then just hard reset if it isn't anything. But that still leaves out that if it is something good, you will have to find a powder for bad. So we see that the shovel was not a hype one. So I would say that the hype cable was probably not a 4 for me just because of the.
That flute is a solid item, and that does put Death Mountain into logic. And Baba here with that hookshot and that hammer, they have access to the 7 items in Paradox Cave. They can get to Tower of Hera. It wouldn't surprise me if Death Mountain were their next.
A very unfortunate throw from Houston Baba there, but he was lucky and got some bomb drops from the guards just outside, so he can go in. And it was lucky it was 2 as well, so that he could check it back as well. Did SuperNinTaylor actually activate his flute? I don't think he did.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, scrolling up to the chat, I don't see any. I don't see any salutes. So yeah, he may have missed the flute activation.
That's unfortunate. He's gonna have to make a long way back here later to do that. But yeah, absolutely, as you said, the play right now should be Pod or Eastern, just because they can clear them now and they are crisp.
They are clearable, but they are missing the lamp, and those are some pretty tough dark rooms that they would have ahead of them. And oh, hey, a sword, that would make dark navigation a little bit easier. But yeah, I would say that like Hera and Death Mountain might be the safer play. But yeah, Palace Darkness and Eastern are options if you're comfortable with your dark.
At this level, they should be able to at least do those dark rooms. I would personally rate the dark rooms in Pod to be immediate. And the one in Eastern is just below that, just because you have to interact with things in the dark room.
Oh, yeah, and with the fire rod, you at least have access to one of the torches to make that back room a little bit easier.
Yeah, absolutely. We see that Houston Baba is gonna make that play. And we see a save and quit here from SuperNinTaylor. He's probably doing that just so that he can go and unlock his flute. Or he's not. He's gonna go and do other stuff. Probably wondering why the goose is coming.
Yeah, a minor error there, but it shouldn't set him back too much. And, you know, hey, this is when you can route your Lost Woods in there if you're an.
Yeah, absolutely. But I do imagine that he wanted to route that in with the Skullwood. Because you're being put perfectly, being placed pretty good in that case. So you saw that Pod was not bow locked this time around. Great game knowledge here from Houston Baba, knowing that there are some bombs in under those spots. We saw from the hint there that someone friendly had arrows. Have we seen that yet?
I can't quite recall anyone friendly, the item on any friendly people at this.
I don't think so. It looks like SuperNinTaylor is gonna do the witches. Oh wow, vanilla powder today.
Alright, well that was a slightly amazing pull. Alright, thanks game.
SuperNinTaylor is gonna go up the mountain and gonna navigate this dark room, only using his hook shot, so I can imagine that could be a little bit. Oh wow, we found the boots in pod.
That is a fairly significant find, especially since we haven't been to Desert yet and we don't know if that's boot select or not, but also pod is like this long den with a lot of hallways, so you definitely want to be able to, move fast with those. And we also find bombos in the dark room.
Also very nice found. That one will be well used in Ice Palace. I do like using bombos against cold stare more than haven't used fire rod at that one. Especially if you don't find half magic.
Yeah, exactly. Gives you a little bit more ammunition with your fire rod shots, especially if you're like on a lower level sword, as these runners may be for a little.
We're gonna see a blind check here from SuperNinTaylor, and we see he got some arrows from Spectacle Rock. Okay, so know that big red bomb is not required in this seed. But yeah, I do like going up the mountain and now looking at what is required. With Hera being required, it's quite nice to head up here. So the first chest in the dark is a heart container, and we got some very nice sprites on SuperNinTaylor side.
I can't remember off the top of my head what Nintaylor plays on, but I know that there are like certain emulators where, yeah, the randomizer just does this sometimes, but it's fine. He can see where he's going.
I like how those middle sprites disappear when you open his menu.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure Nintaylor just found his first sword and the blue game.
And the net. So we can get fairies now. A good bomb jump there from SuperNinTaylor. And it looks like we have an death from Houston Baba. I think that one was not an accident. I think he wanted to do that.
Yep, that was intentional. He did a really solid job of navigating the dark rooms, and yeah, he's now going to be making his way to Helmus Arcade.
Yeah, time for the hard dark rooms here. Oh, I can imagine the pause screen being hard to navigate when you don't see anything at all. I don't even remember what half of the items on the screen is. So here's Couch Cash from Ether Tablet. So just a Jokin from the first one, and it looks like it's fire lock time in Hera. So it's time for a little bit of a coffee break for SuperNinTaylor if he decides to do the cool little trick you can do. Oh, he doesn't have any magic.
I also think he can't see his menu. Yeah.
I imagine that would be hard to navigate this time around. Oh, he gets knocked out of that state. At least we know that he's low on health now.
Yeah, game doing him solid with the heart beeps.
So phase
nice.
1 of Helmasaur is done. Only some arrows into his third eye and he's down.
Yeah, that was a really solid fight for Baba.
And very good, very good job on navigating those dark rooms. If there's anyone out there who happens to not be watching Randomizer too often, the hammer does the same damage as Tempered, which is the level 3 sword. So we'll be seeing that on Moldum instead of the fighter sword we see SuperNinTaylor. Oh hey, there is half magic. And that hint didn't help us at all because we have already been there. Hey look, Titans!
Yeah, that is a really solid find in Hera, because that means that now you can just go to the right and you can clear out the entirety of Death Mountain and even do Spike Cave if you want.
He can even decide to check Turtle Rock if we would have to go in there. Don't say we have to, but we might. And it looks like we're gonna get a lumberjack check here from Houston. Ooh, that's the ice rod.
Well, that might be that I don't like seeing that there. Not at all. That's horrible. No, why?
Yeah, let's hope that Trinex is not required for this seed. So basically, we're hoping that this is not a pedestal. Because that would mean that this will be an all dungeon.
Yeah, honestly, if I'm Baba, I'm taking that book and I'm checking the pedestal right after this, because like I just want to kind of have a hint if I need that.
Yeah, we definitely want to know what pedestal has now because of that ice rod. That if SuperNinTaylor never checks that, that's gonna be huge information from Houston.
I mean, realistically, the only thing that it could have at this point is or it may have the medallion for Turtle Rock or the mirror, but yeah, I'd really want to.
It can't be any medallions because we need the Meyer and Turtle Rock, both of them.
Yeah, good catch. I forgot about that requirement.
Yeah, definitely the mirror could be one. And there we find the cape. So we have access to... Oh, we need the lamp first, but we are very close to gaining access to Aga 1. And it looks like Susan Baba is also gonna do some fake powdering. One thing I forgot to mention here is that you are not allowed to have any magic if you want to do this. And we're gonna see another trick here from SuperNinTaylor where you can hookshot through moving blocks. This one is an 1.0 Japanese exclusive. So at the moment, I think we will find a lamp in either early Eastern or in Shaslas. Or in, of course, in Skullwoods. That is all the places I imagine we will find those at the moment.
Yeah, that'll be 2 good points, but with the mids not being lamp blocked by logic, that would be... I know that lamp could show up brilliant. Except behind dark rooms, of course.
Yeah, that's why I say early Eastern. So you're gonna see Husen Baba heading up Skullwoods now. Really good thing to do because that is one of the ones he can finish. Normally for this one you will need one fire rod and at least one sword to be able to cut through the carpet at the back. But it looks like we are gonna get a spike case check from SuperNinTaylor. So far we have found only keys in Skullwoods. And SuperNinTaylor is awarded with the seal from that. So we're gonna see another bomb jump here from Houston. And he got it. He's awarded with a compass. So we're gonna see here one of the things that the red cane gives us when we can use it earlier. You can get through this room here much easier on Houston Baba. At the same time, we can see SuperNinTaylor going to Eastern. We find Quake in Eastern. And it's time for the Moth in for Houston Baba.
Baba barely dodged that wall, Master.
Yeah, that was very close. So generally here you don't want Mafla to stay on top of the screen because when you hit him he gets knocked into the spike and takes no damage. I missed what was on the hint there.
It said Bokamandora can be found on a stump, which we already would have been helpful if we came to Eastern before, Dark World, but it is.
Okay, thank you, game. That's generally what I said. If the hint will say something we already know. Hey, we found Master Sword from the Moth.
Yeah, Baba doing a very good job in that fight, kind of recognizing that they were kind of like in a low health situation, just staying far away from Mob, ducking the spikes nicely. Yeah, very well, and now execution's a little bit easier.
Yeah, he had to use both of his green goose though, so he had to invest a lot to get that at the same time. So Houston Baba is gonna get his powder now. And we're gonna see Houston Baba coming just behind SuperNinTaylor. He's soon gonna enter Eastern as well. And I would say Houston Baba has a little bit of an advantage here just because of those boosts, because it does significantly speed up both Pod and Eastern.
And definitely they'll be able to run fast in Eastern, which is going to be pretty helpful. But yeah, they're going to need to get to Tower of Hair eventually to get the tower.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Nintaylor's in a curious spot right now because they can clear all remaining crystal dungeons. They have the book to get into Desert. They can clear out Ice Palace if they so choose. But yeah, just missing that mirror to get into Swamp Palace, and they're going to need to find their second sword, though that's going to appear to them rather freely on Mothbot.
Absolutely. We also technically need the lamp, although I would imagine both of our runners have good enough knowledge about the dark rooms not to be needing it.
And definitely, and I would say Baba, having already made it through Dark Maze, that's probably going to be the toughest Dark Room that they're going to have to face to see, what with Meyer being a pen.
Yeah, absolutely. My dark room is definitely one of the hardest ones just because of how many rooms you have to navigate through and the enemies in them. And we are gonna see SuperNinTaylor does head up to Skullwoods to check to be able to get that mask. After this, I would have to imagine that Desert is our next play. At least for SuperNinTaylor. Houston Baba might decide to head up the mountain.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Desert for Nintaylor. I mean, obviously, you kind of have Ice Palace open to you as well, but Go Mode Desert means nothing compared to Go Mode Ice Palace if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. You're gonna see an intentional death here from SuperNinTaylor just to fill up his health. Yeah, I imagine this fight would be a little bit easier for SuperNinTaylor because he has half magic.
And he's going to have more fire rod shots. He doesn't have to get too aggressive with hammer hits if he doesn't want to. Yeah, he should be doing
Yeah,
okay
absolutely.
here.
Houston Baba might have to be a little bit careful with the arrows here.
Oh, that was clutch. That third to last arrow, that barely got that almost before it turned red.
Yeah, so basically if the last ammo goes red before you hit it with the last arrow, his health refills. If that was the case, you could choose either to use the sword and have it do damage, or use the blue boomerang and deal the arrow damage, if I remember correctly. But we're gonna see Houston Bava making a play to desert. We see that SuperNinTaylor walks out of here, presumably to check either Graveyard Ledge or check Bumper Cave. He could
I think it's
do
just Bumper
both.
Ledge. We need the mirror for Graveyard Ledge. Yeah, I think because they got that cape somewhere on Death Mountain, they're just checking this out.
Right. And we learned that Missing Mike's big key is firelocked along with the map. So that is also good information if we will have to go into Mike. So time for Smiths and Peg for SuperNinTaylor. And we also did see that Desert was boots locked this time around. And there is the mirror for Houston Baba.
All right, so that is a pretty big find for Baba, and if they go to Hera after this, they will be in. Yeah, they'll be in go mode with those.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are basically in no mode now. Only after 49 minutes. That's a pretty quick one. And we saw that SuperNinTaylor had to save and quit there to get the Smith back. Because he did not have the mirror yet. Hey, he found silvers for it at least.
Yeah, silvers are definitely going to be helpful if NinTaylor never makes it over to Pyramid to grab that, what would be their Tempered Sword. Yeah, going to cut off a little bit of time in that last phase of Ganon, but I don't think that's going to be a check that Baba made.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't not agree with SuperNinTaylor's play here because we know that it is boot locked. So yeah, this will be irritating for him. And we're gonna see Fire Rod strats here on Lemmolas. Also a fight that significantly speed up just because we have more weapons compared to when we normally play in this play in normal. Otherwise, a really good fight for Hus and Baba against those Lemmolas. And Hus and Baba remembers that we have not seen Nagina yet, so let's just head over there a little bit quick to see if we find something useful over there. I wouldn't imagine we'll find anything today here, although. Hey, we might find the single arrow.
Yeah, you never know.
And we see that SuperNinTaylor is gonna head over to Pod so he can pick up his boost so he can do desert so he can go in go mode. However, Houston Baba decides to do Swamp first, and I can't blame him. It is a one he can complete right now.
Yeah, it does make sense. You know, he has all the items for it, and there are 6 items there. But man, knowing where the mitts are, this is... Man, you hope that he doesn't spend too much time checking the left side.
Yeah, hopefully the first hint in here tells him what's on the left side. And we do raise, and one guy said did raise a valid point here. Maybe the lamp.
Yeah, Lamp... I guess Lamp could be in Swamp Palace. I don't think the boots were lamp locked at all.
No, they weren't. They were on the drop down in.
When we see the map in the first chest, and that may bait Baba towards the left side.
Yeah, and I don't think the hint told us really anything. We do also have another good point here from one guy in chat, and Houston Baba might try to stall Hera for. That might be the play right now we see from him. If that is the case, that is a pretty cool route thing because you can just mirror outside of GT, head into Hera, complete that one, go back for the warp into the Dark World and be there. So I can see that that one be. But we do see the standard play here of going directly to the back of Swamp. And a nice dash into the block there to activate the red cane hitting the swish there. So really very nice done from SuperNinTaylor. So one thing about those stairs there in that we saw in Baba there, it feels like it's 50-50% chance that if you walk up them, you will land on the wrong coordinates on the upper floor, so you immediately go down again. It at least feels like it. I never trust those stairs.
Yeah, I think I've seen runners kind of nail those stairs first try like once, twice in my random watching career. I don't know how they work. They're just weird. This game's kind of.
I think I got that on the other stair today, but I don't remember where. I think it was in the pod. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in pod on the way down to the bowlock section. But we are now gonna see the Argus fight from Baba. He's probably gonna do spin strats to kill the puffs. No, he's gonna do turn-based strats.
Yeah, menu strats with Master Sword is a little bit interesting here. I know a lot of runners will prefer to like kind of utilize the spin strats or even like, just doing the 2 slashes, but practicing menuing is good.
Yeah. I also don't know what causes Argus to go slower here to the side. I don't know what causes that as well. Oh, nailing getting one of the puffs there. And he's gonna just do some sword slashes on the last one there. So we might see a kind of setup for the quick kill on phase 2. He did not get it. Otherwise, still a very good fight from Baba. So we right now want to see Baba go up Death Mountain so he can get his mid so he can finish off the Ice Palace. And that could also be another place where we find a lamp. He decides to skip out on the left side of swamp, so I have to imagine that he has seen a hint about it, or he knows that it can't be anything over there based on the dungeon items and that's sucks.
I know we saw a map in the first chest, so I think that he's just gambling that the mids aren't back there, which, it's a good move from what we know about the seed, but yeah, from him, he's kind of going to be worrying about that for a little while here until he gets into Tower of.
Yeah, the sense of the mids being there at this moment is not a very good one. And yeah, when you have silvers before pod, you see that he dies from one hit from them in the second phase.
I appreciated that menu from SuperNinTaylor. He really wants that mirror right now. Just wanted to warp out, but hope that's what you're looking for.
Yeah. We see who's on Baba learning that the big red bomb is not needed this time around. And we see the return trip here for SuperNinTaylor in Desert. And while we see them cleaning out stuff that we already seen, we have passed 1 hour mark. So if you like any of our runners from the show they're giving us today, make sure to give them a follow. Because they have put up a really good show for us so far. And we're gonna see just in a minute here that SuperNinTaylor will go into go mode. You just need to head over to the big chest. And at 1 hour, 2 minutes and 25 seconds, SuperNinTaylor is in go mode. And Houston Baba is now done with his coffee break. So it's time to climb up to get his mitts. And we see that Houston Baba did upset the camera there a bit as well.
Yeah, it took a somewhat relatable fall through one of those holes here in Hera.
Yeah, more than that, his camera was also a bit wacky after he walked up the stairs. And at 1 hour and 4 minutes exactly, Houston Baba is now in go mode.
Yeah, both runners in go mode. Baba just has to kill Moldorm. Both runners have to finish up Ice Palace. SuperNinTaylor will have to make their way into Swamp here, but it's worth noting the equipment difference here. Both runners have Master Sword, SuperNinTaylor with silver arrows. NinTaylor does have the execution edge, I would kind of feel, just from like pure experience. Yeah, Beast Baba's gonna need to find a sword. I could see them doing Paradox Cave on their way to GT, but man, they're probably gonna be hoping for that one shows up in GT.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, especially since Master Sword Silverless is like the longest possible Ganon fight, and that's not something that you want to do in a important randomizer league match like.
I would though imagine that Houston Baba is probably hoping more for a sword on the way up in Ganon's tower. However, that would be one that SuperNinTaylor might also pick up. We see though that SuperNinTaylor, even though he's in go mode, he is also looking for that sword as well. Because no one still, you don't want to do Master Sword Ganon still, even if it's silver or silverless.
Yeah, indeed. Taking those two tests kind of makes a lot of sense. You know, it's a very quick tech, and you know, you don't want to really abandon a sword there if you don't have.
Yeah, absolutely. A little nice item dash there from Houston Baba to open that a little bit quicker. A very beautiful setup there from SuperNinTaylor. And there is Coldstead dead. So guys, we have a bit of a game here. Where in GT do we find that big key? We are gonna go after Houston Baba's openings. Guess the number between 1 and 22.
It's pretty usually like to see that big key.
You can also guess at location where it is, but we are going off the numbers. I guess it's a little bit more for the bragging rights to guess the right place as well. Yeah, we are seeing Houston Baba also go and buying a potion just because he might have to do Master Sword Silverless, so it's good to have a little bit of potions on you if you have to do that. And we see that SuperNinTaylor does get the dead rocked on his way up.
Yeah, Dead Rock's just pure knowing RNG. And got your guess before the bot started. The bot is now started here on twitch.tv/bgaming2, so go ahead and re-get your guesses in if you didn't get them before the thing. And if you're subbed or you've given 250 bits to any of the Speed Gaming channels, you're eligible for a leaderboard. Hooray!
Yeah, we did not activate the bot in time for my announcement there, so sorry about that.
Yeah, so we see Houston's going to be the first one to get into GT, but they are going to be entering through the Dark World portal, which means that they are going to miss the Tempered Sword in Paradox Cave. So they're really going to hope for a sword to show up in GT, because Master Sword Silverless is not a walk in the park, and they don't even have a lamp to, kind of like cheese a torch glitch. So, yeah, they may have a very difficult Ganon fight ahead of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Because then it's more about the timing. I mean, if you have to use the fire rod for that. We're gonna see him also go and do a hook shot just because he wants to find a temper. With when you're Silverless is much more nicer. The first phases is much more easier. And I do also like this strat we see from SuperNinTaylor when you don't have tempered, using the bomb and bonks.
Yeah, that bong strat with bombs might be one of my favorites in the game. It just works so well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, here's a mob is now GT. You can't guess anymore. So, in number 1, we will find the big. Oh my god. There is the big key, guys.
Oh, was it 1?
Yep, number 1. And there was a small key in the accessory right as well, so perfect setup. So the one who won was Sabertail. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, and way to get on this leaderboard here with some, pretty wanted names.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, guessing number 1 is a very bold one, but yeah, good. Congratulations to you for doing that. So if SuperNinTaylor decides to do left side first here, he can be a bit behind. However, if he does choose to do Dark Magician, then it can still be very close. And we see another Dead Rock scenario here from SuperNinTaylor as well.
I appreciate Taylor taking the time to just show that Dead Rock who's boss. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Progress, but I'm the real master.
Oh my! And he gets Dead Rocked again just after that. And because Husam Baba decided to stay a little bit longer in that room before Lenamos 2 here, you can't get the first cycle because of the worm spawning at the same time. But it was still a pretty quick fight nonetheless. And SuperNinTaylor has just entered the GT as well, and he is gonna go right side first, so he's gonna be right on the heels of Husam. I don't actually know if you're in that room. Is it actually faster to go out, use the mirror instead of just go up?
I think it might be just like a kind of even break against walking out, but yeah, we never know.
Yeah, I can't imagine that being big, though. And we just see how much quicker these rooms are when you have silver. Let's hope Houston Baba's sex here does not stop him from winning. He needs a lot of time fighting Ganon here. Okay, one more check he can do before Ganon. And he's gonna do the spins here with the Master Sword because that does the same damage as Tempered, and he gets knocked down. So as for saying, if you have Tempered, you only need to do 3 sword slashes against his tail. However, if you have Master Sword, you can do 3 spins and it's the same damage. And he gets knocked down again. Trolldorm is mercilessly this time. And SuperNinTaylor is very low on health here. Oh, he had triggered the raise phase. However, Fusion Baba is able to do it. And we find a compass in the last says, meaning that he might have to do Master Sword Ganon and Master Sword Silverless nonetheless, which will definitely be a hard. And these are not good positions for Agatu. And they'll have it. Houston Baba has killed Agatu, but SuperNinTaylor is quickly catching up to him. This is gonna be. It's pure execution right now. Houston Baba is not allowed to make a lot of mistakes here.
Yeah, absolutely not. Especially with NinTaylor apparently having a sick GT here. Yeah, those silvers might be making a huge difference coming up here soon.
Yeah, absolutely. So the damage here when it comes to the swords here. So with because of how Ganon is immune to sword slashes when you have Master Sword, you have to do spins. You have to do a total of 24 spins for each of these phases. So Houston Baba is in phase 2. And we are in phase 3. Oh, sorry, we are still in phase 2.
Yeah, phase 2 is definitely the trickiest with the bats flying around all over the place. And yeah, we have NinTaylor here on the Agatu fight, just continuing to make up time, but that was a weird phase there.
Yeah, the placement of the copies here is not the best. At this.
Oh man, Baba nearly took a Ganon hug there. I don't know how they survived that.
Yeah, that was not a lot of pixels away. And SuperNinTaylor is done with Aga 2 now. He is so close behind Houston Bob at this point. And we are in phase 3. And phase 4 for Houston Baba. And the SuperNinTaylor is also very low on health. Was not able to get the torch glitch.
Yeah, and it's gonna be really hard for Baba to recover. Having to like use those fire rod shots. They do have a blue potion there. They were smart in saving that one for this particular phase, but man, that's gonna make this last phase just a little bit longer.
We do also see SuperNinTaylor, because he did find the cape, is using that to speed up phase 2 even more. And Houston Baba is one hit away from getting game over here. And the SuperNinTaylor is in phase 3. Houston Baba drinks his blue potion. And SuperNinTaylor is also in phase 4 now. And there we have it. SuperNinTaylor has landed the last silver arrow. He is gonna be the first one to finish. GG to SuperNinTaylor.
Yeah, GG. Those silvers helping him pull from behind, and yeah, they are out. They are finished with an official SRL time of 1 minute 20 or 1 hour 23 seconds or 23 minutes 15 seconds.
Yeah, very good play from SuperNinTaylor. I can't imagine Houston Baba being a lot of hits behind, and he might run out of magic here. Yeah, he is officially out of magic, and he doesn't have any more potions. He have lost.
Yeah, definitely a little bit heartbreaking there, but hopefully they'll be able to just re-up and just hopefully take that second go at it. But yeah, that man.
Yeah, that's gonna feel rough. But yeah, we definitely saw there how big of advantage silver is when going into Ganon.
Yeah, even if he's not ending up with the win, there's a lot that Houston Baba can be proud of here. They really kind of nailed this race. They did very well.
Yeah, both our runners have put up a really good show today. And we have also to remember that the because earlier in the week the SuperNinTaylor did not show up for the original match. Hughes and Baba could have just said that because SuperNinTaylor wasn't here, I got the win, but he wanted the match to happen.
Yeah, GG for that, because they did put up a really incredible effort here. And yeah, missing Bo, they're going to be starting week 2. They're going to be heading into week 2 with 0 points, but yeah, that's a pretty fun squad that they got going on there with who is it, Lin and Tale.
Yeah, and I cannot see them having 0 points by the end of this.
Yeah, no, and no shame in losing to Faram and SuperNinTaylor. Like, those are two runners that have been in this community for a long time, that, like, you know, they're very well known. But yeah, you know, Faram will do an interview. I kind of have a feeling that we might actually see that interview. You know, just a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see a death here for Hughes and Baba. Those bats were not great. At least he didn't use any of his potions, so he can just jump straight in again. And we are in phase 2. Nice hook shots there from Hughes and Baba to skip those fire back. And one hit away again. He has a blue potion, but I don't think he wants to use it yet.
Yeah, definitely maybe trying to save it for phase 4, assuming that... Okay, we're in phase 3. This should be okay.
Oh, and the rebound straight into the fire. A nice double hit there, thanks to the trident that Ganon throws. Some very good hits there as well. So I have received words from SuperNinTaylor. Apparently his Discord is acting up, so we have to see if he will come in for an... Oh, another Ganon hug. At least he's determined.
Yeah, absolutely. All credit to Baba for finishing this out. Like, this is a legitimately tough fight and can get even tougher if you're kind of like, you know, entering the Ganon death cycle that a lot of runners are very familiar with. But yeah, all credit to sticking it out. This is like really good effort here. And, you know, give him, I can see like some people cheering him on in chat. Like, everyone, just give him your support. Like, while he's going through this, this is like, he's got this. He's good.
Yeah, absolutely. and you do not have get a lot of health when you are getting these game overs. And we are joined by SuperNinTaylor. GG, dude, and congratulations.
Thank you. You can hear me, right? It's all good?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, thank you.
So I have one question. Did you check Lumberjack?
Lumberjack? No, I didn't.
Yeah, Hughes and Baba checked that, and it kind of gave us a scare.
Uh-oh. Hold on. What could it be? Oh, is it Lantern? No, it can't be Lantern. What am I talking about? What could it be? I'm trying to think of what I don't have. A sword, maybe?
It was Ice Rod.
Okay.
It kind of gave us a scare for a moment.
Yeah, that would be pretty scary. I'm kind of glad I didn't check it.
But yeah, very good fight from you. Basically, Silvers made you win because Hughes and Baba basically lost location and the Hera.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky with the silvers. What happened was I meant to check the bumper ledge before I went into Skull Woods. Then I finished Skulls, like I didn't check bumper, so I had to walk all the way back just to check it, and it just felt bad to do just that, just to walk all the way back just for bumper ledge. So I was like, you know what, might as well do the smith and hammer pegs with it, just so it kind of like felt like I was doing something else combined with it. So the fact I found those was kind of a mistake, a lucky mistake on my end.
Yeah, absolutely. But what were your other thoughts about the seed?
I mean, aside from the mirror, that was like almost an early go mode. Like it was like 40 minutes in, 30 to 40 minutes in, and I was like, am I almost in go mode? I was pretty sure all I needed was the mirror, but I decided to check desert just to see if I needed boots or not, which I did. I was really suspicious of desert though. Like I had this weird feeling mirror might be in desert just because it gave me the book.
Yeah, absolutely. And your assumptions were correct as well.
Yeah. It was just a hunch, but a correct hunch.
Yeah, absolutely.
My favorite thing about mirror go mode is your go mode can't be in Swamp Palace. You can always go mode that.
Yeah, that is definitely a good feeling.
Yeah, no matter how badly the rest of the sea goes, you have that waiting for you. It's nice.
Yeah. How about when I tried to flute and I forgot I didn't activate it? I don't know if you saw that.
I was not gonna mention it, but yeah, that was a pretty fun moment.
Yeah, I made a few oopsies that seed. Altogether, I think I did alright, routed it alright. I'll have to watch the VOD and see how Houston did it. Because it looked like he was ahead of me for a while there.
Yeah, basically what happened was that you guys were pretty similar in where you went when you guys did not have Dark World access yet, except I think you headed up the mountain. Tim as well. Hughes and Baba did a bit more down in other places, except for the mountain. He waited pretty far with the mountain actually. Yeah. However, you guys entered the Dark World at the same time, but at different places.
Oh yeah. I'm kind of sad that it's me doing the interview right now, not for Rain.
We'll get you're chance. You're not true to your name.
I know. I think the name means if we win the whole thing.
Ah, I see.
Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe if Rain wins his match, he'll do an interview.
Oh, really nice recovery from Baba there, just for a second. Barely avoided that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, Master of Sword Silverless is pretty difficult. I had half magic and cape, so that kind of helps.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Silver's makes the last phase pretty easy.
Yeah, we won on our Cs because you were 2 minutes behind Houston Baba into the Ganon fight.
Yeah.
And I think because Houston Baba did run out of magic and you using Cape in phase 2 was made a difference.
Yep. Where did he find the blue mail? If you remember.
I actually missed that he picked that up.
I know I was watching the end of the race there in the chat, and someone said something about Pyramid Ledge. I don't know what was there. I don't know if it was another sword or what.
It was another sword.
Oh, okay.
And congratulations to Houston Baba. He has been able to kill the pig as well.
Oh no!
And he drops down.
What?
Oh no! He accidentally walked off the ledge. That's gonna feel bad.
Wow.
And he have decided to forfeit.
Yeah, I don't blame him for that.
Yeah, that right there is kind of demoralizing.
He technically finished.
Yeah, let's just say he finished. That's just writing a random time for him.
Yeah. 136.40 or whatever it was. 136.30. I don't know.
Yeah, let's just say that.
The official Speed Gaming 2 time.
We are gonna see if he wants to join us for an interview. But yeah, definitely still a GG to Houston Baba for that big determination.
Yeah, you did really good. Like
And
I
when
finished
we-
at 123, which is generally a good time. And, oh, is he here now?
Yeah, and when speaking of the devil, welcome Houston Baba. I have to say, your determination is very strong.
I wanted to give it like 10 more minutes after he finished. Yeah. And then the end didn't very went well.
Yeah, SuperNinTaylor had silver, so that is what made the difference.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, so silvers were on the Smiths today. Because you went up here very, very late, you didn't have to
Yeah.
check that. Because that was initially your go mode item, basically.
Yeah, I was like, I go from dungeon to dungeon to dungeon, and it somehow worked out for me. And so
Yeah.
I went to the mountain like an hour in.
Yeah, a lot of our items were in the different palaces today. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I got my myths at like between 30 and 40 minutes in, or something somewhere around there. So we did it kind of backwards. We had like everything except for mirror right at the start. Or I mean, sorry, I did. I guess you didn't have myths.
Yes, my go modes were mirror and mids.
Yeah. That had the potential to be like a super jet seed, but that's usually how it goes. When you're missing one thing, it can be anywhere.
Yeah.
Hit or miss. Turns into a mad scramble.
And I didn't practice Silverless Master Sword Ganon for so long.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
If I got the torch glitch, it wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah.
But still, it was a really good play. Very well played for both of you.
Yeah, I played very well, I would say. Only Ganon and Troll Dome and Agatu I struggled with.
Yeah, Agatu had some pretty bad patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the best positions for that one, definitely.
but I think I'm gonna go get ready for work.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you
Alright.
so much for doing this. This was very fun.
Yeah, good times. Thanks for letting me do the rematch, Baba.
Yeah, no problem. I didn't want to win like this,
Yeah, it's not a
and
fun
I'm
item.
glad we could make a close race here.
Yeah, you were ahead of me, and then Silvers and Cape and all that helped me out with the Ganon fight. It's the only reason I won, but you had me beat otherwise.
Yeah, nothing to do about that.
Alright, well, I'm out. See you guys.
Yeah,
See ya,
we.
GG.
At GG.
Yeah, any last words from you, Houston?
Just thanks for commentating, thanks for tracking, thanks for watching, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So we're gonna wrap it up for here, guys. Thanks so much to Lillery Jen, who was our tracker today. Thanks so much to Houston Baba and SuperNinTaylor for putting up a very, very good race. Make sure to follow them. Thanks so much for Speed Gaming for hosting this tournament. I would like to also thank JD Walls for doing the commentary along with me. My name is Angel, and we are signing out.
Have a good night, y'all.